Every book I do is like my first. It's as if I've never written before. Every painting we do is like the first one.
Yeah, so we're here to visit Eileen Menzel, and she's a local artist, and I look at some of your paintings on your website, and what I found interesting is that one of your subjects are walls, so you're kind of dividing the space. So I'm a writer, so for me always most important was opening the spaces, like breaking walls. So I found it interesting that that is interesting for you to build those walls. But what I've noticed, it's not only you're not making the space smaller. It's kind of enriching the surroundings, or also probably emotionally. What could you say something about it?
Yes, be glad to meet someone who's also interested in walled space, and all the fallout that comes from looking at walls, barriers, zones, prisons, but then open, as you say, it opens up the creative space by opposition. Because the underlying theme, as I say on my website, I have my subject matter, but the theme is opposites attract. Push, pull, always. You have a prison enclosing something, by definition there's a beyond, right? And I'm glad to hear that you've certainly looked at my website, read it, and got onto the same very endless subject matter. It can go on forever.
Yeah, because it helps to go beyond and describe what cannot be described. That's what we in a way sense or we try to know, but it's so difficult, and I'm glad that I can see it in your art, that you're not only interested in pictures, but all what's important in painting, in art, like symbolism and meaning of space and subjects and our lives. I find it that's most important for you, and yeah, that's great.
Right, because that's the other major part, is the way that you can we all have great concerns about the world around us, which includes many walls and fresh walls going up, as the recent one in Bulgaria, right, against the huge number of migrants coming in, for instance. Can't always channel your voice, but by painting or writing or composing music, you can try and feel that you are trying to express something to the wider world, and one's concern about these terrifying ideas that you can, of what we said, containment. You have a problem in the Middle East, contain it. You want to keep people out, build a wall. Which is a feature of the kind of worries, or not really worries, but concerns that we have. So by doing this, I feel it's, first of all, it's a way of using one's talents. If you have some, I have some, have a responsibility to try and use it. But also try and cope with the world around us by painting it, or writing about it, or conveying it to others, right? And joining in the discussions, looking at solutions, debate, discussion groups about where we are doing and what we're trying to do.
Yeah, I've noticed that you're using not only the real subjects, but abstracts and
abstract, yes.
So is it that you're trying to mix the real world with your imagination, with your ideas and personality.
Yeah, absolutely. Metaphor, symbol, play with naturalism. I mean, this has got, using collage here, stuck this on of the Schloss Charlottenburg in Berlin, which fascinates me along with other buildings I've got up the staircase there.
Yes, there are some pictures of it
right.
on your website. Yeah, this is another one.
Yeah,
it's,
well, clearly it's from a photograph. I've stuck it on by transfer. But I don't want to get locked into reality and all the rigours that means, but I like to play with it in imaginative ways that fit what I'm trying to say here. This beautiful neoclassical building subjected to, well, right, this case, a scene of set out to be disintegration. At one point this was all exploding up here. And it wasn't working, so I edited it, brought in value contrast, which is the biggest tool, the light, dark, scattered, solid, disintegration here, but overall is a scheme called the golden section. It's classical, divided down there, and across there is the framework. And within that, I'm free to play, and I'll do as I wish. I'm a free agent, and mix.
So it means that you're free to play, but within the rules that art history created. So you're aware of all this, which is important. Sometimes artists think that they're free to do anything and they forget about the past and what's already been done.
Well, otherwise you have anarchy. Don't you have a breakdown?
Yeah.
Unless there are, as with the sentences you write, you must have subject-verb agreement to make a comprehensive statement. Putting a structure in place gives you the framework in which to try and say something.
So what you said about this painting and work on it, it shows that the artwork itself is kind of cooperating with you or arguing with you, trying to influence what will be a result of your work and material thing which is surface of the painting and paints and colors and stuff like that.
The tools of the trade.
The tools, yeah.
But meanwhile, I'm talking to the picture. You should have a dialogue with it. This building I admire because of its proportion. I think it's very attractive. It's been through a lot. It's always been rebuilt since the Prussian royal family had it. It's been bombed, it was treated badly during the communist era in Berlin. 95, both East and West together restored it. Still there as a beautiful part for a palace to admire now. And so no matter what goes on, what has gone on, what catastrophe, ups and downs, the thing is still standing. It's still a palace now. And it's tough piece of attractive architecture, which has also got a strength from the past. And maybe we should pay attention sometimes to that, right? Because the other series I have up the stairs is based on the Palais Garnier in Paris, also neoclassical, also gone through a lot, but it's still the Academy of Music for the whole of France. It has an opera house inside it, still used for opera. Traffic goes around like crazy all around it, still stands there, beautiful, stubborn and strong. And I like to play with that.
Okay.
As a wall,
yeah.
a nice wall.
So thank you, Eileen, for helping us to pay attention by your art, and maybe I will thank you and we look at some other of your paintings.
Oh yes,
yeah,
we're all around. Yes, thank you.